And good evening, everyone. Welcome to your 4 p.m. matchup here at Stewart Field. Hunterdon Central Red Devils take on the Mount St. Mary Mount Lions here at Stewart Field for a matchup of field hockey. I'm Ren McKeown, your host.
And I'm Haley Green.
And tonight, we have a Skyland Conference matchup. We are playing Mount St. Mary's for the second time in our school's history in field hockey, according to Ender.com, but it's not always the most reliable source. So we played them earlier in the season. We went we lost against them 5-1, but both schools have pretty iffy records so far. Hunterdon Central currently comes in with a 1-5 record, 0-4 in the Skyland Raritan division, whereas the Mount St. Mary's Mount Lions come in with a 2-6 record, 2-4 in Raritan division play. So today's a very gloomy day today.
Yes. It's been a bit depressing all day.
Yeah, luckily I was able to get out of here at 11:15.
That's really lucky.
The benefits of having study hall and an early out on the same day. It's an amazing privilege to have.
That's a great lineup.
Hopefully you want that next year. Well, you're sophomores in 2 years.
Yep.
So hope you get that.
I need my early out.
Yeah, having an early out's amazing. I can't even lie. So, things we've noticed in previous matchups, Central came pretty close to having a tied game against Voorhees, just a late free position that went wrong against Voorhees, costed them the victory. It went through Kaker's wickets, aka her legs. The ball by Nadia Durir, who scored both goals for the Vikings. So it's definitely a sign of improvement. The Red Devils conceded less goals in that game compared to previous matchups. I mean, they've conceded 7, 5, and 6 goals in previous matchups. So it's a step in the right direction. I mean, playing against a team that's undefeated.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a victory out of today to bring more positive vibes into this gloomy day.
Absolutely. A really good victory here at Stewart Field will definitely uplift this pretty depressing weather. I can't even lie. So, on top of that, we played them in the past. We did lose 5-1, as I've stated earlier. So, honestly, we just have to have that short-term memory and play hard and aggressive tonight, which is extremely, extremely important.
Yeah.
We can't be too aggressive. I mean, we've had a lot of defensive penalties, but we'll figure it out tonight. So, how was your day of school, by the way? Like, class-wise in general.
Oh, it was good. My A-days are just very work-heavy, and my PE teacher wasn't here, so that was even more work, which was not fun. But
yeah, I feel you. My B day is rough, but my A day is light. But you just gotta thug it out. Unfortunately, I only have a few more months left to thug it out. So
yeah,
as long as you thug it out, it's good. So yeah, I'm gonna remind this throughout the game, but tomorrow we are playing South Brunswick High School, the Vikings, at home for boys soccer at 6 p.m. That will be on the HCTV broadcast. And on Friday, we will be playing Union High School here at Stewart Field at 7 p.m. And that will be also on HCTV as well if you can't make it to the game due to whatever reason. So yeah, that's just something we're going to remind you of that sporadically throughout the game at halftime and also just near the end, just to keep our viewers in the loop, no matter which point of the time you tune in.
I'm pretty sure the theme for that football game is USA Day, if I'm correct.
It might be. Check HC Superfans. They have all the loop.
Honor our heroes.
It is Honor Our Heroes night, according to our athletic director, so it'll be a very special night. I think we're going to have a couple veterans and a couple of first responders coming in tonight on that day. Not tonight, like tonight, but like Friday. And we're off. Mount St. Mary's is starting to drive the ball up the field, and that will be retrieved by number 6, Sofia Alvarez. Hunterdon Central just got back on it, but a current fierce battle between Sans and number 19, Ella Lawar. And it looks like Caitlin Paul receives possession for the Red Devils tonight, right now so far, from the 15-yard line, and gets it up to Maya Sans. And Megan Smith loses that to Grace Kelly. No, she's not the Princess of Monaco. And a whistle was blown. Hunterdon Central committed a defensive penalty, giving Mount St. Mary's, the Lions, a free position early on in the game.
Yeah. I noticed that we gave up a lot of these penalties last game when we played Voorhees, so hopefully we could decrease that number and not get as many to let the other team not get too many chances to score on us.
Absolutely. And that was a great save by Juliana Caker against Grace Kelly, who I'll clarify again, not the Princess of Monaco. And Hunterdon Central is back on possession, driving it up the field. A little bit of a scrum over there between Chavez and a Lion. Hunterdon Central will retain possession from approximately the 33-yard line. Another whistle is blown. Central is able to retain possession. Chavez drives it up the field and passes it up to, I can't tell, I think that's Alicia Hubbard who got the ball, but loses it to, I believe, Megan Purcell, number 38, on the Lions. But Hunterdon Central just gets back on it. The ball meant for Sans wasn't there, but Paul retrieves that back off the Lions' stick. Sans tries to cross it. Was a little unsuccessful, but it was a good attempt nevertheless. And Zoe Drivas drove that up the field. And Grace Kelly loses it into some traffic. Megan Smith gets on that for the Red Devils. And she's currently in a battle with Ella Lalore. Whistle was blown. Lalore wins that. And Smith gets hit.
That seemed pretty painful.
Yeah, that ball is really hard. It's a little bit harder than a lacrosse ball. So I could imagine the pain that she could have been in. She just has to walk it off. It might just be a bruise for the next day. Whistle was blown. Red Devils are retaining possession. Paul will bring it in around the 10-yard line. Just about. Just currently weighing out our options, overseeing the playing field. Whistle was blown. And the Red Devils end up losing possession. It's probably Basolino going to start the ball off for the Mount St. Mary Lions. Actually, I stand corrected as Sienna Napolitano. And that will be McRitchie on the ball for the Red Devils. Passes it to Caitlin Paul, the senior, one of the 4 seniors on this squad. And currently a bit of a scrum for the ball. And the Mount St. Mary's Lions end up winning that possession back. Napolitano passes it up the field to, I believe, Bridget Kane.
Our Red Devils are definitely making a impact on this game, playing with playing how aggressively they are right now, starting out aggressive in the first couple minutes.
That was a really good save by Caker on the Mount St. Mary's Lions player. There's a lot going on over there, but I'm noticing that the Red Devils are getting into their more O-zone more often than not, so
yeah.
That is a good sign so far. I mean, the game could happen. Many things can happen.
Yeah. We're still in the early times.
Indeed, we're only in the first quarter action. Now the Red Devils have committed a defensive no. It's possession for the Red Devils. There was a bit of a miscommunication on the field. Defenseman Leah Childs will start the ball off. She's a senior for this squad. She's been on this team since her freshman year of high school. And the ball is getting driven up. Ball meant for Chavez. Just goes out of play.
I feel in these early minutes we're already showing signs of better passing and just a little bit better play than last game.
Absolutely. They're definitely much more composed as a team than previous matchups I've seen. Definitely having more time on the ball in their offensive zone. They're not stuck in their own end a lot of the time so far.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only the first quarter. So much can happen from 9 minutes remaining.
Of course.
The Lions are on it. That's number 3, I think. And it goes off the side. Sigh of relief for Caker as it doesn't go into her direction. That was a really good play by, I believe, Courtney Carew, senior. So this Mount St. Mary's team is definitely senior and junior heavy instead of our team. It's mainly junior, sophomore, and freshman heavy as a roster, which is something I've noticed.
Yeah.
Caitlin Paul has the ball. Yeah, it does rhyme. Maya Sans gets on it. And she makes a cross pass for Alicia Hubbard. Hubbard gets poke checked out of bounds by Basolino. But Paul will bring the ball back into play around the 10-yard line. That almost was an own goal by Napolitano if it bounced off her foot. And the Mount St. Mary's Lions committed a defensive penalty, and a free position has been awarded to the Red Devils. This will be taken in by senior Caitlin Paul, who has a captain band on her foot.
Hopefully we can make something out of this penalty.
I mean, we've done it in the past. We got one against Voorhees. It was a very greasy attempt, though. I believe that was brought in by Chavez. And it was poked in by the Red Devils. Unsure who done it. Nevertheless, the Red Devils are on the board, 1-0 on the Mount St. Mary's Lions.
Things are looking up.
I'm not sure who poked that one in. I thought I saw 12 on the Red Devils poking it in, so I'm going to say Caitlin Paul for the interim until we are corrected by a parent. So, Red Devils are on the board. A good start.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Paul has the ball and beats Lalore to it. Sans and Hubbard are close by. Hubbard gets it from the back pass. And a whistle was blown. And Hunterdon Central does win possession. Good job by Hubbard drawing that possession for the Red Devils. Paul's going to bring it into play shortly in a matter of moments with 6:52 remaining in the quarter.
I feel like from what we've seen in almost these past 10 minutes is we are so much more composed as a team as compared to last game. We're looking really, really good on the field right now.
Absolutely. And Maya Sans, the midfielder, just got on the ball. Sans is going to drive it up. Trying to find an opening. I think she does try and find Chavez. She does. Whistle was blown. And the Mount St. Mary's Lions committed a defensive penalty and given a free position for the Red Devils. That will be taken in and responsible for by Caitlin Paul, who will bring it into play. So a really good movement in the right direction. We're becoming more composed as a team, which is incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
As
one of the key things.
Absolutely, and if we want to get further in the season, maybe have some postseason chances, we need to have more opportunities like this handed. And the Lions are heading back into their net as another defensive penalty or an unstable play by them has been committed. I think it was probably a stick, improper use of a stick, most likely in these cases. They're still young. They're trying to get their bearings on the game.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a scrum over there. Chavez is going to retrieve that for the Red Devils around the red flag for soccer. It's going to... And it did not go through the wickets of Kelly Naughton, the sophomore But another free position has been awarded to the Red Devils as the Mount St. Mary's Lions have entered back into their net. Kaylin Paul will bring this one in for the Red Devils. Paul gives it to, I believe, McRitchie. And it was so close. It just hit the goalpost. Naughton should probably give her appreciations to the goalpost. Pull a marker on Dre Fleury.
Yeah. Definitely a sigh of relief for her, but not so much a sigh of relief for us.
I mean, it was a close opportunity. It's definitely better than previous matchups for sure.
Yeah.
That's Lalore. Passed it to Grace Kelly. And the ball goes wide. Great defensive play by the Red Devils, maintaining composure in their own end and getting the ball back into play on their side of the field and hopefully driving it up further. Maybe another goal for the Red Devils.
Hopefully.
Leah Childs. Ball met for Sons, ends up on Lalure's stick. Great defensive play by Childs, knocking Lalure off the ball. Basilino will take the ball into play. Grace Kelly. Is in a bit of a battle. And there's a bit of a scrum. Nothing went in. Hit the side of the net. And the Red Devils will... No. It will be the Lions will have possession. That will be Basilino from about the 25-yard line. Sans got on it. Tries to pass it to Hubbard. That looks like Megan Smith got on that one. Whistle was blown. And the possession will be with Basilino and her Lions. Soltis tries to drive that one up. Just a sophomore. Whistle was blown. Possession will be with Lalure. Actually, no. Basilino will start that off in the 20-yard line. Lalure. In a bit of a battle with Sans and Paul. Really good defensive play by Megan Smith. Getting her stick on that. Sans is backed. Basilino in the corner. Lalure gets that back for the Lions and loses it in transition to Smith. No, it's... Maybe that is Smith. Paul's going to bring that one in for the Red Devils.
We've definitely been playing aggressively this past quarter, and it's been a really, really good game for the Devils so far.
Absolutely, and I stand corrected. I think that was Alicia Hubbard who was taking care of business on that ball. And Alicia Hubbard passes it crossway to Sans.
We've been playing both great offense and defense so far in this game. Hopefully we could keep it up and get our victory out of this matchup.
That was Lalure who got on that, and now it's on a Red Devil stick. I think that was McRitchie. Whistle was blown. The Lions will have possession for the last 35 seconds. That will be Lalure going to start the possession off. Actually, no, that will be Sienna Napolitano. Bridget Kane, Courtney Carew tries to brew something up for the Mount St. Mary's Lions, but it was ricocheted. Ball goes wide with 6 seconds remaining in the quarter. The Red Devils are currently up 1-0 on the Mount St. Mary's Lions. We'll see you guys for some second quarter action very shortly. And we're back for some second quarter action within the next 8 seconds. Hunterdon Central is up 1-0 over the Mount St. Mary's Mount Lions. So, how do you feel about this game so far in the first quarter? What do you have noticed? What do you want to add to this?
I feel like we've definitely been playing a bit more aggressively than we have in past games, and we're definitely more composed. Our passing is more accurate and more, what's the word?
On point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say this has been a much better version of Central we've seen in the previous games, so I'm really proud of this team's improvement so far.
Yeah, definitely.
And we definitely have to just continue building upon that quarter and keeping up with what we do. And I really hope to see this Central more often than not. The Red Devils are going to have possession right now. Caitlin Paul is going to drive it up the field pretty soon. And that will be Megan Smith getting the ball back for the Red Devils, but loses it in transition to Grace Kelly. Maya Sans is going to bring that up the field, but loses it to Basolino. But Caitlin Paul will have possession back for the Red Devils, about the 50-yard line for all my football knowers. And just a little reminder, if you just tuned in after the first quarter, we do have 2 games on the docket coming up at the end of the week. Tomorrow, the boys soccer team will be taking on the South Brunswick Vikings here at Stewart Field at 6 p.m. It will be broadcasting here on HCTV, or you can come see it live in person. On Friday, Hunterdon Central will be taking on Union High School here at Stewart Field, and that will be broadcasted and be live at 7 p.m. at Stewart Field on Friday. And it's honor our hero tonight, so make sure you wear that red, white, and blue and thank a veteran or thank a first responder.
We love a good theme night football game.
Absolutely. Right now the Red Devils are having possession. Chavez got on it. I believe that's Hubbard, who's trying to fight off a Lion right now. Grace Kelly over there right now trying to help out her Lions teammate. Kelly drives it up the field. A good stop by Childs with her feet. That must have hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Good defensive play by her. There's no penalty committed against the Red Devils. No, it's a free position for the Mount St. Mary's Lions. The team's just getting their masks and whatever they need for the game. Grace Kelly. Carew just swats at it. And that is taken out of harm's way, but not yet. Lalore gets on it for the for the Lions, The Red Devils are currently trying to quell this Mount St. Mary's offense. Looks like Leah Childs in the corner trying to fight off, I believe, number 16 Zoe Driva's attack. She just barely had her.
A lot of back and forth went on just now.
Yeah, it was a bit of a scrum. And Caitlin Paul is going to drive the ball up the midfield. A crossway pass was a little too strong for Hubbard. Not the bad idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
Napolitano has that and retains possession for her Lions. Actually, no, the refs see otherwise. And Paul just drives it up. Sans along the sideline, driving it up the field. Sanz backed into a corner by Bassolino. But a whistle, I think a whistle was blown, and Paul will have that ball into play. A foul was called on the Red Devils, and the possession will be with the Mount St. Mary's Lions. Definitely there's some missed calls throughout this game. I've been noticing.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, we've been overhearing our athletics director, and it's definitely been a pretty interesting game so far with the penalty calling. So far, I think penalties have been evenly called so far. For the most part, a couple
evenly distributed.
Yeah, just a couple missed calls here and there. Nothing too horrendous.
Nothing too argue worthy and getting upset worthy.
Absolutely, I don't think many parents will have any complaints with the officiating so far. It's been pretty evenly dispersed between both sides. Okay, so Red Devils' attack got foiled ever so slightly. Paul, that ball in the middle, it was so close going through Naughton's wickets.
That was really close.
Indeed. Napolitano gets on it and wins possession against Caitlin Paul due to a bit of an obstruction call. I think Paul probably blocked her body in a way that she shouldn't.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
A little bit of a dangerous play right there. That must have hurt. And Mount St. Mary's will take that up the field. Napolitano, it bounced pretty hard on the midfield. It probably went off someone's foot. I believe that is Piccoli. No, Finelli on that. Smith got on that one for the Red Devils. And it was scored, I believe, by Courtney Carew. Maybe an own goal off of a Red Devil stick. But it's tied up midway through the second quarter. Mount St. Mary's pounces back on that. It looked a little messy over there. It could have been a goal by Carew. It could have been off of the Red Devil stick. We couldn't tell, but it wasn't a clean situation.
Not at all. Hopefully, though, we could just keep playing aggressively and keep our composure throughout this game and come out with the victory.
Absolutely. I think the Red Devils need to have really good short-term memory at this moment. Let that be water off of a duck's back and just continue pounding that zone and getting balls past Kelly Naughton, number 49. Her number is a perfect square of Finelli's. Number 7. I don't know why I went all mathematical right there, but anywho.
Can't have any more math today. I already had my geometry class.
Yeah, I feel you. The Red Devils are going to bring that up the field. Getting heavily contested right there. There was just no one there to receive that pass from Finelli. It was just a very good blockade by the Lions. It's like Finelli might start with the ball right there.
Yeah. I feel like both teams are playing equally defensively and equally offensively, but we gotta put in a little more effort than them to get a win out of this.
Absolutely. We were equalized for a long time against Voorhees, but we had really good opportunities against them, but we just couldn't finish and capitalize on when we had those chances.
Yeah.
And we just can't repeat that same mistake against Mount St. Mary's. We've lost to them earlier in the season 5-1.
Yeah.
As I've stated earlier in the broadcast, we just have to have a good short-term memory. Lalure brings it up the field. Just going to try and get it through Caker. Caker had a really good
block by Caker.
Yeah, Caker had a really good kick stop. Didn't mean to step on your toes right there.
No worries.
And the Red Devils are currently trying to quell that attack to somewhat of an avail. Whistle was blown, but Grace Kelly has it up the field. And a good defensive play, I believe, with the efforts of, I think, Sans. And, no, McRitchie and Smith had a really good defensive effort. Excuse me. And that will be Basolino has the ball for the Lions. Almost ran into Coach Spawns over there. A whistle was blown. Red Devils has that. McRitchie is battling out a Lion.
There have been quite a number of one-to-one battles in this game so far that I've noticed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to win those battles, especially, and you have to win them fairly and correctly. With field hockey, it's just very intricate with possession. You can only touch the flat side of your stick.
Yeah.
If it touches anywhere else, it's an automatic turnover. And you simply just do not want that if you are the Red Devils.
Yeah. You got to keep your mechanics right to keep it on the flat side.
Yeah, and it's not a large surface. It's very, very minuscule. You have to have such precision and such control over the ball.
I don't think I could do that.
I don't think I can either.
I think that would be really difficult for me to do.
Plus, I've been cursed with a bad back.
That's terrible.
But Caitlin Paul retrieves possession for the Red Devils against Basolino with the assistance of Sans. And Lalore is going to strike guarding her. They're trying to build a trap. There's two Red Devils players. And it's just, they were just boxed out really well by Kelly, Basolino, and Lalore. A defense penalty was called on the Mount St. Mary's Lions. Probably an automatic turnover, incorrect possession position. And Caitlin Paul will bring that in approximately about the 15-yard line. Now Paul just has to figure out what is the safest pathway to get an attack.
Yeah, what's the best pass you could take?
Ball goes out of play. That will be taken care of by either number 6, Alvarez, or that will be taken care of by Lalore or Napolitano. No, excuse me, that is Stella Viegas. Smith. For Sans. Sans is currently battling it out against Purcell. And Sans ends up winning that back for the Red Devils. Paul will bring it in that will be Avery Fulton. I did mock trial with her. She's very quick on her feet in the cork room, which is a fun fact about her.
Very cool. Good skills that could come in handy.
Absolutely. I think she wants to be a lawyer.
Works out perfectly.
Grace Kelly passes it back to her teammate. The Lions are driving up that field pretty well, getting into the offensive zone. And it gets on by, I believe, by Courtney Carew. Second goal for Mount St. Mary's. It was just a tap-in goal. I just think Kaker was not expecting that coming in.
Yeah, it came at a different point from where she was.
Yeah, it's not really that much on her. It was just defense fell apart. And let's hope it's not a repeat.
Yeah, hopefully the defense can get back together and play well so that we can not let any more goals score.
Absolutely. It's just Central's overall a very storied program. For those who are not familiar with Central's field hockey, over the years we have won numerous titles, sectional and state. Coach Bonza, I think, probably played field hockey here, if I'm not mistaken. She's very involved with this program. So she's known how to make a really good storied program. She's an alum here, great coach as a whole. It's just a very tough rebuilding years. Not a lot of talent nearby, so we have to give Central some credit. They're trying to score with the limited amount of talent they have in this area. Mount St. Mary's, on the other hand, is a private institution. They're able to recruit athletes, which private schools in New Jersey have the luxury to do so. They're able to take good players from public schools and give them really decent financial aid and help them go far.
It's a very, very lucky luxury to those people who get it.
Absolutely. I mean, great education. I mean, New Jersey is one of the best states to be educated either way. So if you go public or private, you're getting a pretty decent education.
Yeah. It's just a bit of an advantage if you're playing for a private school.
Absolutely. That is McRitchie, excuse me. Loses it to Grace Kelly, not of Monica. Why do we say that? That is Leah Childs. Brought it up. I think Smith got it onto the stick of Sans. Good defense from Villegas. McRitchie tries to get it to Chavez, but I believe Purcell might defeat Chavez. No, Chavez got on that pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Only 28 seconds remaining in the quarter. Not really much you can do. That pass was slightly fanned on. But Childs gets that back for the Red Devils. That is Sans. Whistle was blown. Paul has the ball. Tries to get something going. And it goes in! Buzzer beater, I believe, by Maya Sans or Megan Smith.
That was a great play at the buzzer. Holy cow.
Absolutely. We're now tied heading into the second half. We'll see you guys after halftime.
We would like to take a moment to thank our corporate sponsors for the 2025-2026 school year. At the gold level, thank you to American Tire and Auto of Flemington, Britland Auto Body of Greenbrook, Coldwell Banker Realty, Dave's Collision of Flemington, the Gravity Vault of Flemington, Hunterdon Health, Mid-Jersey Orthopedics, Sandhill Dental LLC of Flemington, Scheibel's Plumbing, Heating, and Water Treatment of Hampton. At the silver level, thank you to Farmers Insurance Company of Flemington, Your Smile LLC of Flemington. At the bronze level, thank you to Dr. Pamela Souse, Optometrist of Flemington, Jersey Mike Subs of Flemington, Molesky, Eisenhut, and Zielinski, Attorneys at Law in Flemington. At the red level, thank you to Mathnasium of Flemington and Panettieri's Pizza and Pasta of Flemington. And at the black level, thank you to Provident Bank of Flemington. If you would like to become a corporate sponsor, visit the Hunterdon Central website and click on the Community menu tab to learn more.
Hunterdon Central Regional High School, located in beautiful Hunterdon County, is a high-achieving 9th to 12th grade school district educating over 2,200 students from 5 different municipalities. We are an innovative educational community dedicated to the intellectual, social, and emotional safety and growth of all of our students. We are proud to have been named a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, ranked second in New Jersey for top public comprehensive high schools by U.S. News & World Report, received an AP School Honor Roll Silver Distinction. Our students are National Merit Scholarship semifinalists and commended students every year. And our students and teams have won a lot of trophies. And while we are very proud of these accomplishments, Hunterdon Central is more than awards. We are a welcoming school community committed to education, respect, growth, and support. And at Hunterdon Central, there is something for everyone. From academics to extracurriculars, we strive to offer something that will interest every student that enters our hallways. Look at our vast list of courses to choose from. Whether students are into math, science, English, history, or maybe they like business, art, or music, robotics, TV, or radio, we have something for every student at Hunterdon Central. Passionate about languages and culture? We had 118 students recently graduate earning the seal of biliteracy. We even offer 6 specialized academies through our magnet program in architectural design, biomedical sciences, computer science, engineering, media and communications, and robotics, and they are right here at Hunterdon Central. Students do not have to go to another school to participate in these unique academies. Central offers 18 different types of sports over 3 seasons with varsity, JV, and freshman levels, and we offer unified sports for students with and without disabilities. Our caring staff is dedicated to helping students succeed in every way. Please don't hesitate to ask questions and reach out if you need any help anytime. Welcome to Hunterdon Central.
So we're back for some second half action after your 7-minute halftime break. So currently right now, Hunterdon Central is tied with the Mount St. Mary Lions with 2 goals apiece.
With a buzzer beater goal at the very last second of the second quarter.
It was a pretty greasy goal. We're unaware of who currently scored it. We know for the first goal it was Megan Smith for the Red Devils. She is currently a junior midfielder. She has 3 points to her name on the season. Going into this, a goal is worth 2 points, and an assist is worth 1 point. But it's not like the NHL, though. And now the Mount St. Mary Lions are heading up the field. That is Sofia Alvarez. And the Red Devils are going to try to claw that one out of their hands. That is number 18's on the field for the Lions. Kaker is going to have to try to, and Carew fanned on that. Cross pass did not go in the Lions' favor, and the Red Devils will get back on possession. That will be Leah Childs. Lifts the ball up, gets on the stick of Chavez. Chavez's pass went for Paul. Gets on her stick after a bit of a scuffle. I think with Lalore. That's probably 19. Bit of a greasy battle right there, but Sans gets on it. Whistle was blown. Sans is able to retain possession for the Red Devils. Red Devils are going to try and get on that real quick.
I've noticed in this game than in past games, like when I was here for Voorhees, Central has definitely had a lot more possessions and a lot more time with the ball than last game.
Absolutely. This is definitely a step in the right direction. Kaker, good kick save. And it was not poked in.
Big sigh of relief for Kaker.
It hit the pole of the goalpost, which Kaker should definitely give it a thank you, a Miss C, and a thank you like Marc-Andre Fleury. And just for those who are tuning in the second half, we have a couple of games on the docket, just giving you frequent reminders throughout the game so you don't forget. South Brunswick High School will come here at Hunterdon Central, here at Stewart Field for boys soccer, tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then Union is coming to us on Friday at Stewart Field at 7 p.m. for Honors Our Heroes Night. So make sure you pop out in your red, white, and blue apparel. Make sure you thank a first responder and a veteran. And both games will be broadcasted live on Hunterdon Central Television. Red Devils have possession at the moment.
Well, you were reminding viewers of our next games. It looks like Maya Sands took a pretty bad hit to her shoulder with the ball.
Oof, that's going to be a bruise for the following day.
Mm-hmm.
I could imagine how painful it is.
Yeah.
I could feel it in my own teeth. Now, Mount St. Mary's will have the ball. Dribbled it. Got onto Hubbard's stick. Hubbard is going to have the ball. And a whistle was blown. Mount St. Mary's will have possession. Believe that is Napolitano who will start that off for this squad. A bit of a cross pass heading up the field. A good play by Paul, getting on top of that. Paul's going to drive the field, but face some opposition by Basolino. But is able to win it. Paul lifts it to Smith. Smith is a midfielder. Got the opening goal for us in this game. And a bit of a scrum for scoring. And Central has been awarded a free position thanks to, I believe, Alicia Hubbard's good skills trying to draw that.
Let's make something good happen out of it. Let's try to get ahead.
Absolutely. We scored on a free position. We just have to score again. And that is Caitlin Paul going to be responsible for bringing that into play from the side of the net. All the Mount St. Mary's Lions are in their net. Packed in their net. And then McRitchie for Soltis. Soltis is currently battling it out. It does go out of play. Mount St. Mary's was able to quell that pretty quickly. Fortunately, the announcer's curse came in.
Yep.
And Grace Kelly's going to bring it up the field. It's a bit of an odd man rush right now. Caker. It gets by Caker. Caker was just not in a favorable position. I believe maybe Grace Kelly got on that for the Mount St. Mary's Lions. And the Lions now have their first lead in the game. Actually, no, their second lead in the game. Excuse me. They were leading up until the buzzer beater goal by Hunterdon Central. Their second lead of the game. 3-2 them. 2-3 us. Smith is going to pass that for Sans. But she loses it to Lalore. It was just some unfavorable positioning for Caker.
Yeah, she had what it looked like. She had a couple good blocks, and then that one just got by her.
Yeah, it was just very hard to track that ball. Definitely with so many girls in front of you.
The crowds of girls.
It's just, it's a mix. It's just the defense definitely didn't screen right, and just Caker didn't really have favorable positioning on that ball, and that just sometimes happens. It's the art of the game.
Yeah.
Basolino starts that off. And a bit of a scrum for possession. That is Lalore getting that for the Lions. Lalore's going to drive it in to play. Caker with the kick save. Whistle was blown. Central was able to get out of that pickle they were in. And Leah Childs will start the ball off from about the 20-yard line. Whistle was blown. And now Childs will bring that ball back up into play. And I believe Hubbard's going to be on that ball right now. Hubbard is getting covered by Napolitano. She's able to retain possession. I think Napolitano was the one who kicked it out of bounds, like with her stick. That's what I meant, not kicked it, like sticked it out of bounds, if you know what I mean. And Paul's going to bring that into play. He's going to try and maybe cross it in. It's just very heavily defended. Another free position has been awarded to the Red Devils. No,